everybody, this is Kellen from Electric Wheelchairs USA. In this video, we're going to do a product comparison of two of the lightest folding power wheelchairs in the industry. This one is the ComfyGo Phoenix, and this one is the Pride Jazzy Ultralight. Now they're both carbon fiber frame folding power wheelchairs. They're both airline approved. So we're going to go over some of the differences between them and some of the things that I think are better in one chair as opposed to the other.
Hey guys, we're giving away a free mobility scooter on March 15th. We're doing this monthly, and all you have to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel and also comment on one of our videos. And once you do those two things, you'll be eligible for the next giveaway, which is March 15th.
So let's go over some of the key differences. So with the ComfyGo Phoenix, this chair can support 285 pounds of weight. There was a previous version of the ComfyGo Phoenix that could only support 240, but after some feedback, ComfyGo changed that, and now they've upped the weight capacity to 285. Now the Jazzy Ultralight, this can support 300 pounds of weight. They are both priced at the same price point as of today's video. There's also an upgraded battery for each of them. And if you upgrade the battery, which gives you more range, the price increases by $200 on each of them as of today. One of the key factors with a folding power wheelchair and a carbon fiber frame is that it allows the chair to be ultra light, but can still support a high weight capacity. So once you remove the battery from the Phoenix, it actually gets down to 27 pounds. If you remove the battery from the Jazzy Ultralight, it gets down to 33 pounds. So the ComfyGo Phoenix is a little bit lighter. It's one of the lightest chairs on the market, actually. As far as a couple other differences, so the ComfyGo has the standard battery, which is airline approved, can get up to 15 miles on a single charge, and it actually comes with two batteries. There's one on each side. It's easy to switch to both. When one battery runs out, you can switch it to the other one really easily with a switch. We're going to show you that here momentarily. You can upgrade to the upgraded battery, which will get you 25 miles on a single charge. That is also two batteries, but that is not airline approved. Now with the Jazzy Ultralight, the standard battery is about a 10-mile range. That is airline approved, or you can upgrade to the upgraded battery, which is not airline approved, and that's 16 miles. So you get a longer range on the Phoenix compared to the Jazzy Ultralight. Now as far as the total width, when it's unfolded, the Phoenix is 24 inches, and when it's unfolded on the Jazzy Ultralight, the total width is 24.5 inches. So they're pretty comparable. Now as far as the length, it is 37 inches on the ComfyGo Phoenix. You can actually get that down to about 10 inches less when you take off the foot plates. On the Jazzy Ultralight, it's 41 inches. I would say, as being a taller rider or a taller user like myself, the Jazzy Ultralight is probably better for a taller user as opposed to the Phoenix. Now a couple other key differences. So it comes standard on the Phoenix with an attendant remote. And we've shown this in other videos, and we'll cut to that here on this video, but you can actually operate the chair with this. So you can turn it, you can use the horn, use the speed control dial, you can use the joystick, and that comes standard on this. Now with the Jazzy Ultralight, it does not come standard with any type of attendant controller, but you can upgrade to one that is actually mounted on the back and it has a headrest. So that's something you can do, but it's not a remote control. So it's going to be mounted on the back, and you have the headrest. You don't have a headrest option on the ComfyGo Phoenix. Another thing that is really unique is with the Phoenix, this is the standard cushion. So it's sort of like this mesh material, but you can upgrade to a textile fabric, which is more of like a sleek finish, and there's different color options you can choose from. It gives it a little more padding. As far as the Jazzy Ultralight, it comes standard with this cushion. I personally believe the cushion on the Jazzy Ultralight is more comfortable than the Phoenix. So if that's something that's important to you, even with the textile upgrade, I think the cushion on this is a little more comfortable. So I'm going to show you more up close here of some of these differing features. So as far as on the Phoenix, the way you remove the battery, you just flip up this little lever and you can remove it that way. Easy to put back on, and this is the switch I was referring to. So once you run out of battery life on one of these batteries, I can switch it like that, and now it'll draw power from this battery over here. As far as how you remove the battery on the Jazzy Ultralight, it's just one battery, and you just slide it off like here. Pretty simple. You can charge the battery directly on the battery itself, or you can charge it on the joystick. Same thing, you can remove, when you remove it, you can charge the battery directly on the battery itself. And you can also charge it directly on the joystick. Now, you might notice that there is another feature that's pretty unique, and that is this has a headlight on the joystick built in. So you have a high beam, a low beam, and you have this flashing light. That's for just having better visibility if you're in a dark street. So that's pretty cool. There's no headlight option on that. Have not seen that on any other chairs except for the Phoenix, but it's built right in. Another key feature about it is with the Phoenix, you have a flat-free front tire, which is a little smaller compared to the tire on the Jazzy. The rear tires are also air-filled on the ComfyGo Phoenix, and they are flat-free on the Jazzy Ultra. So they do have these honeycomb tires, which are basically holes that are drilled into the tire, and it kind of gives it more of a pneumatic feel, but you don't have to worry about flats. So with the Phoenix, you do have that. Another key differing feature is there's a built-in cup holder that comes standard with Jazzy Ultralight. There's no cup holder that is built into this, but we can send you one. With the Phoenix, you want to remove the cushions, and then once you do that, you have two handles here, and you pull it up, and you can fold it that way. And I should have folded up these foot plates, so I'll do that now. So that's how you fold it. You can also remove these, so to make it take up more of a footprint. You don't have to, but if you're traveling, you might want to remove the foot plates. So I'll put this back on here. Now, as far as folding up the Jazzy Ultralight, it is a little different. So fold up the foot plate, you can actually tuck it in like that, which is pretty unique. I haven't seen that before. And then on the back of the chair, you actually fold it up this way, pushing that little lever on the back. So I did it with my foot. Now you can set it upright. I actually didn't remove the cushion. It's probably better to remove the cushion. Now you hear that click. So now it's completely folded and as compact as it possibly can be. I'll show you the folded dimensions next to one another, just so you can see comparatively. So folded dimensions, I'm going to say that ComfyGo Phoenix is a little more narrow, takes up a little less space. Oh, one other feature on the Phoenix, you can fold the back handlebars down, so it gets even more compact. So it definitely has less of a footprint once folded, but they're both pretty compact, and they fold differently, clearly. Unfolding them, pretty simple. You basically just push the sides on the Phoenix, which I just showed you. And then on the Ultralight, there's a little button or a little switch here, lever on the side, and you just press it and it unfolds like that. So what I'll do now is sit in both of the chairs just to kind of give you like a vantage point of what I look like being a tall rider at 6'4". So you can see why I think Jazzy Ultralight might be better if you're taller. Now the Phoenix, it works, I think at this height, but you can see the bend in my leg, and that might not be comfortable for some people. Now, if I show you what I look like in the Jazzy Ultra, if I sit on this, this feels to me a little more comfortable being a tall rider. So that's something to consider. But if you're not tall, if you're not like 6'2", 6'3", or taller, I'd probably just, you can go with either one, whatever your preference would be. Another similarity between the two, which I didn't mention, is when you remove the battery and you charge it directly on here, you can actually test the battery to see where it's charged by just pressing this button. So you can see where the battery life is. So you can, when you take this off to charge it inside, you can easily tell if it's fully charged. And you have the same thing on the ComfyGo as well. So it has a battery tester, so you'll know when it's fully charged. Now, as far as the joystick, this one has more of a kind of like a sleek look to it. It's this digital joystick, so the speed is in kilometers per hour. You have your battery life here. You have your speed control. This is where you turn on the headlight that I showed you on the joystick. You got a horn, and then this will actually silence if it goes in reverse. So right now it's beeping, but I can silence it by pressing that button. Now the joystick on the Jazzy Ultralight, it's a little more simplistic. You have a horn. This is your speed control. If you go in reverse, it just doesn't even make a noise, so there's nothing to silent. So another key difference that I wanted to point out is from riding these around, the Phoenix is definitely more quiet than the Jazzy Ultra. Now they're both quiet chairs, but the Phoenix is actually, you can barely hear it. And I'm gonna put my microphone up to the motor so you can hear when we accelerate. I don't know if you could hear that. And then I'll put my microphone up to the motor on the ComfyGo. And yes, I just put it up to the motor. You cannot hear that at all. So that is one thing that I think could be important to people. So I wanted to share that as well. Now, another test I wanted to do is show you what it's like riding in the grass and what I feel that these feel like. So you can tell this is manicured grass. It's flat. I can get around just fine. So if you're going to your grandchild's soccer game, you want to ride in a field, this is fine. It's not just for smooth surfaces. So the Jazzy Ultralight does good in grass. Now I'm trying to make a complete U-turn, and it's having a tough time making that complete U-turn. And that's with my weight. Keep in mind, I am a heavy rider. That was the Jazzy Ultralight. Now let me show you what the Phoenix can do. So here's the Phoenix test in the grass. It actually seems more powerful. I had them both set at the top speed, so this one seems to be a little quicker in the grass. If I make that complete U-turn, they both perform similar as far as doing like a complete U-turn, but the ComfyGo Phoenix is quieter and it performs better in the grass. As far as another key factor that's important to point out, both armrests flip up on the Jazzy Ultralight. So they go back to here so you can transfer in and out. But if I show you the Phoenix, I like this feature a lot. So the armrests do flip up, right? But I can also pull it all the way back. So it actually gets out of the way even more for easy transfer. So that's a slight little difference that might be important to someone. So I wanted to show that. Here's another thing with folding the Jazzy Ultralight that I think is nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold it up and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Move that cushion, which I didn't do again. Okay, so with this folded, you can remove the battery. You don't really have to bend down low, so you can remove it right here, which is really nice. You don't have that option on the Phoenix when you fold it. So right now, I mean, I could take it out here, but if I fold it, since it folds inward, it's not gonna really affect where you take out the battery, like as far as the height of it. So again, still have to bend down the same level to remove the battery. Another big difference is the Jazzy Ultralight is made by Pride Mobility. They're one of the most popular brands in the power mobility industry, probably in the world. I would say definitely in the US. They have an excellent warranty, and their warranty includes a 1-year labor contract. ComfyGo does not have the labor contract that's included in their warranty, but they do have a great warranty and their support is excellent. Both companies have fantastic support. They're very customer centric. They want to make sure that the customer is getting the best use out of their chair, and they want to make sure you're taken care of. So if you had some kind of issue that arose, they're going to make sure you're resolved, and that's both companies. So if you have any questions about any more differences between the two, I can't really recommend one over the other, but I think I showed you some of the key differences. It's also really easy to move the joystick to either side on both chairs. But if you have any questions about either of these chairs, give us a call. We're open every day. They're both fantastic chairs. They're both two of the lightest chairs in the industry. Our agents are very knowledgeable about both brands, so call us. Our phone number is 1-800-682-9444, or just visit us at electricwheelchairsusa.com. Thanks for watching.